shredded tires to wild pit maneuvers, we've got the best of you reap what you sow coming up. Let's begin with the wild chasers and watch justice roll in. Tow truck hero. Tow truck drivers are usually the ones cleaning up after the chaos, but this driver turned into an unexpected hero during a wild police chase. The high-speed pursuit erupted on the streets of California when a white sedan slammed into a highway patrol vehicle and refused to stop. The suspect was running because of felony warrants. Out of nowhere, a tow truck pulling out of a parking lot became the perfect roadblock, bringing the chase to an abrupt halt and leading to the suspect's arrest. Smashed into the pole. You should rethink your driving skills after watching this video. It starts with a high-speed chase in a dense neighborhood. The police officer first tries to pull over a red pickup truck, but the driver refuses and speeds off. The truck then crashes into a grass hedge and damages several trees, but manages to escape. The driver then starts taking risky shortcuts through traffic signals and construction sites. But the chase takes a dramatic turn when the truck smashes into a pole at an intersection, leading to the suspect's arrest by the police. Like and subscribe right now and you'll have amazing luck for the rest of the week. Flipped a luxury SUV. This suspect who stole an SUV met his fate in a rather foolish way. The chase began with police officers pursuing him through the neighborhoods. One brave officer made a daring move to block the suspect, but he managed to evade the attempt and sped away, taking dangerous turns. Later, another officer made another attempt to stop him, causing the suspect to lose control and flip the SUV upside down on a ridge by the road. With the vehicle wrecked and the suspect trapped, the officers were able to arrest him with ease. The suspect attempts to bolt. Body camera footage captures a wild chase that ends in a swamp. It all kicks off when an officer orders the suspect to put their hands up in a parking lot. The suspect bolts and the chase begins. The cops set up a trap on the street, but the suspect dodges it. Things get even crazier when the stolen car smashes into a police cruiser. Amid the chaos, the suspect bolts on foot and disappears into a dense, swampy area. After a tense search, the officer finally catches him.
He's down! He's down! Put your hands behind your back! Put your hands behind your back!
Path blocked. The camera captures the high-speed chase through downtown Phoenix as police officers pursue the suspect. Out of nowhere, an SUV making a turn blocks the suspect's path. The suspect swerves to avoid it, loses control, and crashes in a dramatic, destructive manner. After the wreck, the police quickly took the suspect and the injured individuals to the hospital for first aid. Caught in the school. The chase started when a suspect stole a white sedan and drove recklessly on the freeway. Out of nowhere, he suddenly stopped the car, jumped over a wall into a neighborhood, and walked straight into a high school. This made the situation even more chaotic as students in the courtyard began to panic, hearing about the police activity but not fully grasping what was happening. Fortunately, several police officers quickly arrived at the campus, took control of the situation, and detained the suspect, bringing the ordeal to a safe conclusion. A minivan on the run. This high-speed chase is off the charts crazy. First, the suspect slams into a minivan, forcing the passengers to bail for their lives. He then carjacks the minivan and takes off, driving like a maniac against oncoming traffic, swerving everywhere and causing chaos on the highway. The cops tried to hit him with spike strips, but he dodged them like a pro. Next, he steals a sedan and crashes it into an SUV at an intersection. He tries to carjack the SUV too, but flops big time. Running into a neighborhood, he gets cornered by the cops and finally throws in the towel. A comical end. The high-speed chase ended in a comical way. The suspect, wanted for auto burglary, was fleeing from the cops in a white SUV, weaving dangerously through traffic and narrowly avoiding numerous collisions. However, the officers quickly pursued him on foot and arrested him. A courageous stop. This video shows why sticking to the rules is so important. Dashcam footage catches a heart-stopping high-speed chase, hitting 120 mph. It all started when a black pickup truck blew past an officer's cruiser, sparking a dangerous pursuit. The reckless driver tore through neighborhood streets, endangering everyone. Showing serious guts, the officer got close enough to the truck to make it flip over. With more units arriving, they quickly arrested the suspect, who had multiple warrants. Crashed into a car. It starts with a high-speed police chase on an interstate highway. Out of nowhere, the suspect crashes into a car at an intersection, wrecking the vehicle's front end. But the suspect wasn't done yet. He began firing, forcing the police officers to retreat and seek cover. Eventually, SWAT soldiers arrived on the scene, surrounded the suspect, and managed to detain him. Slammed into palm tree. An armed robbery suspect led police on a wild, high-speed chase through Los Angeles. Zooming at 8 miles per hour in a BMW, the suspect tore through a quiet neighborhood and blew through an intersection, smashing into an unsuspecting white hatchback. The BMW then collided with another car before finally slamming into a palm tree. Despite the wreckage, one of the suspects tried to make a break on foot, aiming for a nearby building. But the chase didn't end there. He was quickly caught, along with the other suspect. Hide and seek. The sheriff's office got a heads up about a high-speed car. Deputies zoomed down to the South County line, ready for the chase. Meanwhile, the real-time crime center worked its magic with LPR cameras, tracking Pacheco's ride in real time and broadcasting the info like a live-action GPS. After some fancy driving maneuvers and some tactical slowdown, they finally got him pulled over and in cuffs. The pursuit ended without anyone getting hurt. Blowing through the signals. This dude hops onto the 210, hoping to dodge traffic, but he's just diving into more gridlock. As he blows through red lights with cars and pedestrians dodging him, things get wild. Finally, the cops drop a perfect pit maneuver, spinning his ride out of control. The driver's done for, hands up, knowing he's toast. With the car wrecked and the suspect face down, the cops take him in. Pit maneuvers in the act. The Florida cops were over the endless chase and burning up gas, so they decided to put an end to it and teach this rookie a lesson. They pulled off some slick pit maneuvers to slow the car down. Once they had him within reach, they nudged him to the edge of the road and finally got their hands on the rookie driver. Grapplers doing the job. The driver's now facing charges of vehicle theft, felony fleeing, possession of meth, and drug paraphernalia. The cops had been hunting this guy down for a while and finally closed in. Just when the gap was narrow, the officer pulled off a brilliant move using a grappler to slow down the runaway vehicle. The chase ended with the suspect finally in custody. Brave cops. A high-speed chase reached up to 130 miles per hour on the highway before it ended abruptly. The suspect crashed into a neighborhood, and the police officers, showing impressive bravery, quickly swooped in and made the arrest. Carjacked a sedan. It all began when a man leaped out of a pickup truck and carjacked a sedan. He went on to steal a total of 4 vehicles, crashing 2 of them in a high-adrenaline police chase that lasted for hours. The chaos reached a peak when he crashed through an intersection, slamming into a white sedan. Not stopping there, he tried to carjack the white car, but after a second crash, he finally surrendered to the police. Spike strip in the act. Deputies from the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department rolled out a spike strip to bring a chase to a stop. Done playing hide and seek. Next up, the cops were done playing cat and mouse and decided to wrap this up. They had teams set up ahead with spike strips ready to shred the tires. When the high-speed car hit the spikes, it was game over. A brave mother. The camera captures a dramatic scene where a man robs a store and carjacks a white sports car. The chase ends at an intersection when the suspect crashes into a minivan. In a surprising turn of events, the mother and her boyfriend, who were in the minivan, get out and confront the suspect. The suspect attempts to attack her boyfriend, but just as things get intense, the police arrive and take control of the chaotic situation. Escape failed. A chase began in a quiet Texas neighborhood when a drunk driver trying to escape the police crashed his Jeep into the officer's car. When everyone was rushing to his flipped car, he decided to maximize the opportunity and run. But then, a courageous bystander steps in and chases him down, eventually capturing him. Teen carjacker. Dashcam footage captures a yellow sports car refusing to pull over while being chased by the cops. To put an end to the high-speed pursuit, the officer deploys a high-tech gadget that looks like something out of a superhero movie. It's a grappler, kind of like Spider-Man's web activated under the rear tire of the fleeing car. It wraps around the tire and stops the vehicle in its tracks. The grappler, invented by a roofer with zero law enforcement experience, worked like a charm. A stolen RV. What a wild scene on the streets of Los Angeles. This bizarre high-speed chase involved a stolen RV driven by a suspect with 2 dogs in tow. The woman was weaving recklessly through traffic, even zipping through quiet residential neighborhoods. At one point, she got stuck at a dead end in a parking lot, but managed to narrowly escape, crashing into a tree and tearing off the front of the RV. In the chaos, one of the dogs leaped out of the gaping hole in the RV. While trying to keep hold of the second dog, the suspect lost control and slammed into a sedan. Desperate to escape, she ran to the front gate of a nearby house, but police officers quickly closed in and arrested her. Arrogant Karen. This arrogant woman crashed her car into a convenience store, causing major damage to both the store and the vehicle. Instead of waiting for the police, she quickly fled the scene in her friend's car. By the time the police arrived, she was already gone. Thankfully, a witness stepped up to help track her down. With their assistance, the police department was able to locate and successfully detain her. Failed to outrun. Watch out for that speeding car. It all began with 2 suspects in a Lexus flying down the highway at a terrifying 140 mph, desperately trying to outrun the police. They were pulling off dangerous stunts, even swerving into oncoming traffic. Things escalated when one of the suspects bailed out of the car and tried to carjack another vehicle. But the driver bravely refused to open the door. The doctor, thinking quickly, used her watch to call her wife, who immediately alerted the police. Soon enough, the police had the Tesla surrounded, forcing the suspect to surrender. or so it seemed. Instead of giving up, the suspect took off on foot, running through the highway, diving into a canal, and darting into a nearby neighborhood. He even tried to steal an SUV, but failed again, and cops caught him. A courageous deputy. This deputy deserves a raise for how he handled this wild situation. It all kicked off when a teen was caught speeding like a maniac. The deputy quickly pulled him over and called his dad. The deputy laid it out straight. Driving like that is insanely dangerous. Not only is the teen risking his own life, but he's also putting everyone else on the road in danger. A cop caught in the act. This police deputy set a new standard for handling situations. It all started when he pulled over a fellow officer who was speeding at 80 miles per hour in a 45 zone. The deputy asked for the driver's license, but things took a wild turn when the officer sped off back to his car. Now, the fleeing officer is facing multiple charges and has been relieved of duty. Unbelievable chase. A wild encounter took place between a driverless car and the police. The trouble started when the police pulled over the car for cruising at night with no headlights on. When the officer noticed there was no one in the driver's seat, he walked back to his patrol car. Out of nowhere, the driverless car took off and went through an intersection. The police quickly chased it down, surrounding the vehicle to determine what was happening. The company later made a statement saying their car was just trying to pull over to the nearest safe spot. Failed carjacking. This carjacking went sideways. The suspect first slammed the stolen car into a pole near the freeway exit. After that high-speed chase, the guy took off on foot. But things didn't end well for him. Multiple police units swooped in, took control of the situation, and arrested him. They also impounded the car. A sneaky offender. The camera captured a wild high-speed chase that shows just how tough it is to keep everyone safe. It starts with a state trooper trying to block a white Jeep. The suspect, being crafty, backs up into a gas station, narrowly avoiding the pumps. The trooper tries to pin him again, but the suspect smashes through two more officers. The chase goes into overdrive as the suspect barrels through city streets and onto the interstate freeway. Even though the suspect loses the cops on the ground, the police helicopter keeps up and guides the units. The suspect eventually crashes into two parked cars, and both the driver and passenger bail out and run. The cops catch them, and one officer lays it down. A teen driver. It all started when a 14-year-old swiped his grandpa's car and drove it for hours, trying to get home. When a police officer tried to pull him over, the kid didn't slow down, triggering a dangerous high-speed chase. Just when it seemed like things couldn't get worse, a father acted like a true hero and rammed his truck into the stolen car. Unable to run away. A suspect wanted for a Miami homicide caused a quick chase with Cobb County cops. The Cobb County Police Department's flock license plate recognition system flagged the suspect's ride, leading officers to spot the car near Cumberland Mall. When they tried to pull him over, the suspect bolted. After a brief chase, one officer used his patrol car to bump the suspect's vehicle, bringing it to a stop on Cobb Parkway near Acres Mill Road. That's some speed. A deputy spotted a gaggle of motorcycles zooming by. One biker was so fast that he clocked in at a whopping 144 mph in a 55 mph zone. When the deputy whipped around to catch this speed demon, he found the biker already pulled over, looking like a deer caught in the headlight. A reckless teen. Footage shows a wild high-speed chase led by a reckless teen hitting a jaw-dropping 50 miles per hour when a Florida state trooper tried to pull him over. The kid was weaving in and out of lanes, dodging traffic like a pro, while trying to escape the law. At one point, the cops lost him, but kept up the search in the area. The chase ended when the team finally pulled over at a gas station in Baldwin County, where he was promptly detained. A tough nut to crack. The wild police chase kicked off late at night when a deputy pulled over, waiting for the suspect to pass by. Once the suspect drove by, the deputy sprang into action, and the chase escalated, with the suspect reaching a terrifying speed. In a dramatic turn, the suspect tried to flank a nearby deputy, crashing into his vehicle. The impact caused a massive crash, igniting a fire and sending debris flying everywhere. The deputies quickly arrested the suspect and rushed to rescue the injured deputy, whose car was engulfed in flames. Escape plan failed. A wild police chase ended in a serious wreck when a suspect in an SUV tried to make his escape. But the chaos didn't end there. The suspect, refusing to give up, jumped out of the wrecked SUV and took off on foot. In a desperate move, he leaped off the bridge into a neighborhood below, where police officers finally arrested him. Not all heroes wear caps. It was just a regular evening in the neighborhood, with the officer driving casually when he suddenly got an alert about a suspect fleeing a crime scene. The suspect's vehicle was headed straight toward the officer, as fate would have it. In a brave move, the officer didn't hesitate. He crashed directly into the suspect's car, ending the chase dramatically. Car control matters. That's exactly why knowing how to control a car is crucial. A police chase kicked off when a suspect started driving recklessly, weaving in and out of traffic with dangerous twists and turns. But in a sudden miscalculation, the suspect lost control on a sharp turn and crashed near a traffic signal. Thankfully, no one was harmed in the incident, and the police swiftly arrested the suspect. A call for help. It all kicked off when the police got a call about a suspect-involved mess at the park nearby. This triggered a high-speed chase that spilled onto the highway. Things got wild as the suspect sped recklessly through a small residential area, dodging cars with close calls left and right. Then, things went from bad to worse, when both the suspect and the cops swerved into oncoming traffic. In a desperate move, the suspect tried to switch lanes, but out of nowhere, he slammed straight into a tree, causing a brutal crash. Flames erupted from the wreckage as more police units arrived on the scene, rushing to arrest the suspect. A young kid. The camera caught the crazy chase in Fayette County, where officers spotted a stolen Honda driven by a 14-year-old who just carjacked it. The kid was weaving through traffic and speeding through a packed neighborhood with a school in the area. Under the pressure, the teen lost control and tried to escape through a yard. He crashed into an SUV and, in a final act of desperation, tossed his weapon on the ground and gave up. The police swooped in and made the arrest. And that's about it for this video. Remember guys, no speeding, or you will be a danger not just to yourself, but also to others around you, just as these idiots were. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that little bell icon so you'll be notified each time we post a video just for you. Until next time, goodbye.